Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Darlington, site to race number 21 of the 2008 NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series season. And alongside me for this one is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys.
On the front row today, if you weren't watching qualifying, and
What's
again,
wrong with
as
you?
I've said multiple times, if you weren't, why weren't you? Because you would have missed a meme fest of Duel 2. Zachary Fitzwater will start along on pole alongside Chris Wilson. I might be Fitzwater's first career pole. I'm not entirely sure.
Second.
Second career
Second.
pole. Okay.
Yeah.
Starting in row 2 will be Gene Sanford and Ali Nelson, our two dual winners. In row 3, Johnny Gardner and Matt Duncan, with Henry Sanford, Matt Dixon in row 4, and Sam Young, the All-Star Race winner, starring alongside Steve Pollard in row 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
Well, it's the lady in black. We're going to have Darlington stripes, and we definitely will have a wreck. Lap traffic played a factor in the duels, and last year with Daniel James. Look for that. Fuel strategy won the race for Steve Paul last year. Will Lewis, Ash Curtis, and Steve Paul are the former winners here. So anybody in this field can have a shot here.
One of the Austins won here one time because I remember there was Drew versus Kyle at the end of one.
Austin who? Our final row was Isaac Flickinger.
Either
Adam
Drew or
Flickinger.
Kyle Austin won one.
Oh, yeah, Kyle Austin, Patterson won here. It's definitely going to be an interesting race. Who kisses the wall and who survives the wrecks and stuff? And will the 12 stay out of the way?
As let's go trackside for the command to start engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
As the command has been given, Mary Shelley cannot be caught up atop right now as she comes in with a dominating 172-point lead over the 87 of Max Anderson. It is 222 back to the car on your screen there, Chris Wilson, and 282 back to Henry Sanford. Those are the drivers within 2 races of the points lead. The rest of the top 10 in points, Jeffrey White, Mark George, Ryan George, no relation, Adam Flickinger, JT Bryant, and Zach Rogers. Only 4 of the top 10 drivers in points currently have wins on the season.
And Jeffrey White is the cutoff, about 41 points to Ryan George right there. So you got to get a win to get in the chase.
As the field comes up onto the back straightaway there, other drivers with wins that are in the top 30 in points, Jonathan Zorline, William Duncan, Isaac Flickinger, Stephen Paul III, Jessica Shelton, Tim Randolph, who did not qualify. Shelton also did not qualify for this race. Amy Shelley and Ethan Kiterman.
My pick to win for the race is going to be Jean. She's come really close here twice, and I think she finally gets it done today. How about you, Charles?
You know what? I'm going to go for a shot in the dark, and I'm going to go for Jack James in the 28 for no reason at all.
Just so that guy can paint those paint schemes for the right.
As the field coming down to the start-finish line, pace car is already pulled off, and the Southern 500 is green for race 201.
Yeah, I think 201. I think Fitzwater crashed out this race last year too. Ali Nelson. Oh man, if Ali wins, that's Tom Gerard levels right here.
As going through turns 1 and 2, does anyone get a Darlington stripe this early on? Wilson came close to it.
Remember, we saw turn 1 is just death. In the
Brian Hart was wall riding it through 1 and 2, so there's the first of the Darlington stripes tonight.
Yeah, get the jet fuel out of the car, man. Oh God, people are wish-washing over here.
As Steve Pollard up towards the wall. Looks like they were clean off turn number 4. Top 5, though, already single file as the battle is for 6th with Henry Sanford, Matt Dixon there.
Henry Sanford playing. Henry also hasn't won the Southern 500 before.
As off turn number 2, Dixon keeps out of the wall.
Yep, Sam Young, here he comes to field. He's ran here since season 4, no wins in the Southern 500. He's got a Daytona 500 though.
Well, we don't have, again, this is another race where we don't have a repeat winner of this race.
No.
In 5 runnings of it. This is the 6th edition of the Southern 500.
Obviously the most surprising off the lead.
As Chris Wilson takes the top spot away from Zachary Fitzwater, Nelson to 2nd. Fitzwater's going to fall all the way back to 5th.
You know, it'd be very interesting for Wilson. Now, we saw Randolph win last. He had best career finish of 3rd 3 times. Wilson has the best finish of 2nd 3 times. So how ironic would that be?
A little bit of a Darlington stripe there on the Reese Chevrolet. It looked like going through 3 and 4.
Yeah, RCR won this race last year, so Fitzwater trying to match that success.
As now having to defend 5th spot away from Henry Sanford in the Valvoline Dodge for Robbie Gordon Motorsports. I think. Is it the right team name? Or is it racing?
Yeah, it's probably going racing.
Oh, okay. As Chris Wilson with a little bit of a gap. Teammates there, Mark George and Matt Dixon, nearly making contact into turn number 3.
Yeah, Dixon, who's never won a Crown Jewel event, trying to finally get one in his
I
long
don't
career.
think he has, no. As Johnny Gardner taking the fight to Ali Nelson, so Nelson now loses ground through 1 and 2.
And here comes Jean Sanford, my pick to win. She's finished 2nd and 3rd here, come so close that Darlington hasn't got the win yet.
And peeking for 2nd down into turn number 3. Thinks better of it.
She's strong. So the winners here have been Patterson, Jake Smith, Drew Austin, Warren Sherry, Will Lewis, Ash Kirsch, and Steve Pollard. What a list.
Only 5 different winners? Or is that just of the Southern 500?
That's all together.
As Johnny Gardner got kicked up to the outside line, Gene Sanford now to 2nd, as Gardner will fall back to at least 5th spot.
Yeah, I thought Seth won this race. I guess not.
As
Oh, God.
Gardner might have gone the turn 3 wall. It's hard to tell there from that angle. Camera angles this week, not the best that we could have hoped for, but hey, it is what it is. We do what we do.
Yeah, the 05 missed on the race, that's why.
As Fitzwater not able to hang it in there yet. 4-car battle for the 4th position now between the 25, 29, 7, and 34. Henry Sanford, though, had to check up through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Fitzwater finished 19th here last year. Henry finished 34th here, so not really a good on last year.
And up at 10, the battle for the lead heating up as Gene Sanford has caught the 22 of Chris Wilson. Allie Nelson in there as well, not that far behind.
Oh, man. Allie Nelson, man. Her best career finish was 2nd at Sonoma to Tristan Willoy. Man, what a win that would be if Allie could pull it off.
Especially considering of all the places to be able to pull off a first career win.
Yeah, Tom Gerard wanted to add a super speedway. This is an actual real racetrack.
As the gap kind of widening out a little bit, taking a look at the back, Adam Flickinger still
surprise.
not a good car there. Henry Williams is back here. Cole Deaver has been in the wall at least a time or 2.
Red Bull right there. Here comes Rowe.
Alexander Rowe trying to battle with James Qualls. Battle for 33rd on the racetrack, and Rowe going to lose more spots as Isaac Flickinger now takes a spot away, as well as the 44.
Yep, good to see Adam McDowell in the race. We haven't seen much of him this season.
As that 44 team comes into this one a little bit farther down the points, McDowell himself is... Oh,
It was a
trouble!
wreck.
I
They
think...
saved it. No, they saved it.
Might have been pretty shy. If there was a spin, you will have seen it, if I can remember.
Does Adam McDowell have a top 10 this year?
Oh, trouble
No, he's
for
not.
Matt Dixon! The car,
That's an ass.
car 70 off the pace.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Dixon. He needs a win to get in the chase, too.
As... I mean, even the team needs one, too.
Yeah, they have... Yeah, Dixon's best finish is... I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
As not going to be able to get to pit lane that time around. It might have been Matt Dixon, for all we know, then that might have been caught up there.
But no caution. That was good. We stay green.
Yeah, no
Rowe's
caution.
in left.
Rowe and Isaac Flickinger, big losers on that one.
We might be hitting green flag pit stops in this race.
Might be, yeah. Matt Duncan, Mark George battle for the 8th position on the racetrack.
Yeah, Duncan, besides that 4th at Bristol, it's been a very dismal season for the Roush Sticks again.
Yeah. 45th in the points for Matt Duncan. Mark George obviously had a rough start to the year, but has rebounded nicely. William Duncan as well up in the top 10.
Yeah, he was 42nd in points at one point for Mark. You got to win in South Boston, so doing well. Duncan also won at, Thornton, so he's doing all right for himself.
And that win at Thornton
There we go.
actually snapping a long win streak that actually dated back to Thornton.
Chris Louvier choked a 101-point lead last year and is feeling the blues this year in the woeful 43.
As Duncan lost the nose through 3 and 4, apparently a lot of ground lost there as Wilhoit takes the fight to Mary Shelley.
Big race. Will Hoyt finished 2nd right here. He only has 2 crown jewels left. Almost got it done in Indy last week.
Well, right now, if he's going to win today, he's going to have to overcome a 5.5 second deficit right now to the race leaders.
Yeah, a fact about the 43. The 43 has missed a season's worth of races, DNQ'd a season worth of races in the last 3 years. It's been a horrible stretch for that team.
As Fitzwater continues to fall back, has now fallen back to the 7th position as Sam Young has passed him.
Yeah, the 29, the owners' champions from '06, they have kind of fallen off their ways since that title in '06.
A long ways. As Matt Duncan has actually cleared some ground. William Duncan, that's the reason why, because Mark George losing several spots there.
Yep,
through
in,
one
the, in,
and
the
two.
dreadful high side right there on the repay. William Brock does not have a career win yet. He's right there in the 20.
To be fair, it doesn't have that many starts though either, I think.
About around 34, 35.
As the 66 still stuck on that outside line, is going to lose even more ground.
We see William Flickerder's best career finish last weekend in the 77. And Steve Pollard, he's made the change the last 2 years. It's been a it's been a real trying.
It's been a fall back to earth, shall we say?
Yeah, seriously. Definitely a reason why he's leaving Red Bull next year.
As Jack James up to 17th, looking for a way maybe around the 66 car as well, if he can hang in there. Although Bill Brack Jr. is going to have something to say about it.
Yeah, Jack's. Oh wow, James's first Southern 500. He missed this race last year after he
Due
hit
to injury, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel James was dismally slow after a wreck. He almost the page 3 times.
Well, and speaking of off the pace severely, right now that's Matt Dixon in 151 there in the middle of the corner.
Wow.
Chris Wilson 172 off into turn 1.
And also shout out to Louvier in 10th. He's also made 4 straight races after missing about 10 straight. So good job
Well,
to Chris.
he's up to 9th. Trying to think of who would have been the 66, and they just finally got scoring updated. I think it was, yeah. Will Hoyt, though, now up into the top 10 as a result of that. 6.5 seconds back of Chris Wilson. But as we saw in the duels, if you catch lap traffic at the wrong spot, that gap can easily diminish.
Yeah, we got a long
Caution just flew. Trouble in turn 3.
Wreck.
Ryan George, James Qualls, big wreck.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God,
Alexander Rowe, Cole Deaver, Kyle Matthews involved.
That looks like a second DNF in a row. Oh, that's actually the 4th row. Oh, no.
As Matt Dixon gets up in the wall trying to avoid stuff. And that's going to bunch the field back up as Chris Wilson will lead us down to the caution flag.
Yeah, might have a pit stop here. That's a tough break for those guys. Oh, God, Dixon is so slow.
Yeah.
Chris
well,
Wilson,
but now
where
he'll
you
get a
going?
chance to fix that damage, so.
That's true. Well, that's a tough break for them. Ryan George, who is coming in this race 41 points behind Jeffrey White, 7th in the points. That is not what he needed.
No, it is not. So with that said, caution flag flies early tonight, and let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Taking a look at what happened going down into turn number 3. Looks like actually Ryan George comes up into the 26 and just wasn't clear.
Ryan's first Southern 500, and that's not how you run Darlington. Ryan comes 7th in the points, and then no brakes.
Well, the problem is there's not much for Ryan George to do. He's holding the brake as best he can, trying to get the car rolling.
Oh, God, big wreck. Oh, the Penske.
Isaac Flickinger does a great job to miss this.
No, the 2 hit him a little bit. The 12
I don't think
missed.
he did.
Right there in the door, just a stitch.
If he did, it's ever so much. I don't think it's going to be that severe for the Miller Lite Dodge.
Well, the 33's not going back right there.
Yeah, he does. You can see the door on the 15.
Yeah.
So with that, let's go ahead and take an onboard or two, and then we'll take you to pit stops here that will inevitably happen underneath the caution. Onboard Ryan George. And Chris Wilson leads the field down underneath the caution. You see Kyle Matthews there on the pit lane just in front of him.
Yeah, Alexander Rowe trying to blend in too.
And I don't think we're going to have the issue so much this week about the cars passing the pace cars we have in other races.
22's a little close, but I don't think so.
I think they're good, especially because there goes the pace car anyway. But I doubt anyone will have stayed out here underneath the first caution, obviously. Just it's kind of a stupid thing to have done if you do.
Yeah, like William Duncan at that pit. Was the pig stadium he stayed out?
And I would imagine also 4 tires and fuel going to be the call up and down the pit lane as well, considering we're on lap 20. So,
and some hammers too.
well, depending on who you are, like Fitzwater, sure. As Jean Sanford down away, and she's going to win the race off pit lane, as apparently the 22 must be fixing damage. A very lengthy stop for Chris Wilson. He's not even going to be the top 10 on the restart.
Yeah, that's why Bill Davis is shutting down at the end of the year.
So with that said, Jean Sanford first off pit lane with Gardner, Henry Sanford, Sam Young, and Tristan Wilhoit top 5. Let's go back to the restart. We were getting ready to go back racing, then we saw this happen. So first off, Rogers ends up running into the back of the 50 Jackie Tang.
Something happens to Anderson.
That's Amy Shelley there that's got issues with the 78.
Amy, where you... Oh, no.
And then Zach Rogers is going to try and pit to repair the damage.
Well, that's the way to enter the track.
Oh
my God. Well,
and
that's...
into the water barrels for Zach Rogers' car. Thankfully, the water barrels are there to avoid hitting the pit wall dead on.
Well, that was a little U2, you know.
So with that will end Zach Rogers' Southern 500.
Yeah.
Field has been given the 1 to go on lap 22, so we'll go back to racing on lap 23. 5 drivers out of the race after that, the last couple incidents there. Zach Rogers, Kyle Matthews, Alexander Rowe, Ryan George, and Cole Deaver, leaving us with just 37 cars left running in the Southern 500. Gene Sanford leads over Johnny Gardner, Henry Sanford, Sam Young, Tristan Wilhoit, Zachary Fitzwater, William Duncan, Allie Nelson, Chris Louvier, and Matt Duncan top 10. Chris Wilson, after a long pit stop there, now runs in the 13th position.
Zach Rogers is singing vertical right now, so he's out there.
As showing you the rest of the running order right now.
Anybody got that? Brownie points did those.
Sorry, not me. As pace car is off, leaving the field under control. The Little W's Toyota. And we are back to racing.
You're not a U2 fan, Charles?
No.
Okay.
If it's not
Johnny's...
country, the only time I listened to it was if it was on the CDs playing at the bowling center.
Yeah. As Henry Sanford Henry's trying to make it a 1-2 for the... Wait, where's Charles? Oh, wait.
Yeah. As Henry Sanford makes the move for second going into turn number 3. It's actually been quite a decent time frame since Henry's last win, actually.
Oh, no, they won last year.
Well, yeah, I know. He won last year at Thornton, but that was still like over 36 races ago now.
That's true. As Sam Young shuts the door on Tristan.
He also had the door shut on him by Johnny Gardner.
Yeah. Gardner, who's had I'm not going to say a great season. He did win, but he's been pretty dismal.
I mean, it was better than last season. As Henry Sanford, looking for the race lead, gets the door shut down by him, and Sam Young having to pit.
I wonder if he passed the pace car.
Also, not the only one. As we'll get to that in a moment, once we can, it's going to be easier to go this way around, basically. Jackie Tang, Bill Brack Jr., William Brock also on pit lane.
Oh, that's interesting. That's going to be effing some of the field right there.
As Isaac Flickinger gets passed by James Qualls for the 31st position.
Mary Shelley's in 10th. To put out Mary Shelley's career going in here, she's on a normal 40-90. That's how bad Mary's career has been here at Darlington. She's trying to get her first top 10.
As William Flickinger couldn't quite get the run off the corner, now is battling for the 15th position with Alger Baranowskis. Jesse Turner, though, is going to take advantage of that, get a run on the 11.
The California winner. Anderson.
Jeffrey White was in the wall.
Yeah, backup car for Anderson, too, running pretty good. Here comes the 83 car.
Backup driver on the 83.
Yeah, that's true.
Stephen Paul III there now took over that ride as Keiderman's now driving the 84 for this race.
I think we found ourselves off the bridge yet.
As Baranowskis now having to battle with Mark George, going to lose more ground here as Amy Shelley also going to take advantage.
Yeah, Amy's had a
damage to the hood of the 16 car.
That's interesting right there. Yeah, the 78's been pretty hit or miss this year.
The good news for them, 2 wins on the season. The bad news, they're 30th in owners coming in.
A fact I didn't think I'd say is the 78 has won the Southern 500 before, with Ash Kerr out of all drivers to win a Coca-Cola Cup Series race.
As Baranowski still on the outside. Now it's Marcus Ambrose.
Marcus Ambrose's best career finish is 13th, trying to get that first top 10.
Baranowski avoiding getting into the wall. Here comes Adam Flickinger in the 12.
Actually not holding up the entire field this time.
True. As
Baranowski's up there. 55.
Brian Hart on the apron apparently there. Same for Keiderman.
Yeah, I don't know what
line
they're
running. That is definitely
running.
not the line you're supposed to take here.
Yeah, this is why Keiderman's missing all these races. 55 is about to get a boot from the 12.
I think so, yeah. As
Allie
Henry
Nelson's-
Sanford has gone to the race lead. Johnny Gardner's on pit lane.
That's enough for Gardner. Tristan Mulhoy's up the 4th.
Brack's a lap down. Okay. Allie Nelson's now second. Will
Allie
Hoyt's
Nelson.
third. And Gene Sanford's back to fourth.
Yeah, something must happen with lap traffic there. I saw the
Well, I'm willing to bet something happened with the 25 pitting. Reports from pit lane 25 looking under the hood on the GoDaddy Chevrolet, so some definitely mechanical issues there for the GoDaddy Chevy.
Steve Paul enters the top 10 for the first time tonight, too.
Chris Wilson back into the top 10 in ninth, as Gene Sanford all over the back bumper of that 99 car looking for a top 3 spot again.
Yep, Gene's. I think she got a good enough car. Probably got held up in lap traffic.
I think probably what happened was just got held up on the 25. I'm willing to bet it, even though we didn't see it there.
Yeah, Chris Luby has
As
a 40.
camshaft on the 25, just a hunch there that he had taken behind the wall. So night over for the GoDaddy Chevrolet. Rough break again, because it's another instance of them having a top 5 car that just they can't get the result.
Yep, that's definitely happened a few times. We got still 60 laps to go, so a long way to preserve the car. Don't push it.
As Louvier nearly got the turn 2 wall, Mary Shelley cut him some slack there off turn 2.
Which was nice of Mary Betchen driving right there.
And Gene Sanford has gotten third away from the 99, now going to set her sights on the 40 of Allie Nelson.
I think this is the fastest car Allie's had her whole career.
And right now, Allie Nelson is the quickest car on the track.
What?
As Fitzwater up the track now from Louvier, going to lose a spot also to Mary Shelley. Here comes Chris Wilson as well in the 22 car, going to cut back in. Never mind. I was going to say gets back in line. Nope.
I'm pretty sure the 43 hasn't finished top 5 since Jess's win in season 4.
Oh, Fitzwater nearly got turned by Steve Pollard.
Yeah, actually, correction. Kev finished 3rd at Richmond last year.
Fitzwater continues to fall back. Now this is for us. That's for 10th right there.
That's a big battle.
Next up would be William Flickinger back here. Mark George trying to go around the outside of the 16 to preserve his spot there inside the top 15. Max Anderson also trying to get around the 16, not able to do so. And looking back up front is going to be the gap now holding firm at least a little bit. So I guess 7 must have had some issue with the 17 here, because Braddock is on fresher tires, so he's going to be able to, he should be able to overtake him here pretty easily, I would imagine.
Dixon's still off the pace. He's 2 seconds back, so that damage repair did not work.
Well, there's the 70 right there. So, some issues still going on. I thought I saw a caution light on. I was going to try and get to the pace car, but... No, we're still green. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. As Henry Sanford continued to lead here.
And right now, nothing going on amongst the top 5. Right here is the best battle on track. It is actually for the 5th spot. William Duncan, Chris Louvier, and Mary Shelley.
Yeah, going on Chris. He had a 101-point lead at Kansas. He choked it miserably and just had the slump. So it's good to see Chris giving some of his confidence back.
As Mary Shelley right now trying to avoid having that similar fate this year, as she has a massive lead, though to be fair, that will get a race once the playoffs start. So. Well,
Mary had a horrible year last year, and now she's redeeming her. Trumback driver of the year for sure. Missed about 10 races in the Wolfo 38, and now with the 08 car, championship favorites.
Or at least definitely one of the title favorites right now, as Mary Shelley trying to look for a way around the 43. Wilson back here in 8th, might have to fend off from Steve Pollard in the 82 car.
Good to see Steve finally running up here.
We are still monitoring the race lead, so if anything happens up there, we will take you and see it. But right here is the best battle. Battle for 6th right now is William Duncan maybe starting to pull away, as he actually is starting to get a little bit of a draft off the 99, I think.
Yeah, Henry is top 30 in points, so if Henry gets a win, that's going to be huge for him to get into the chase.
Well, he was already in the chase coming in, but it would ensure that he is basically guaranteed a spot. Yeah.
Yeah, because if we give him 116 winners, the lowest winner gets out, so that would be Keidemann right now.
Yeah. I don't think Keitemann's catching the 60, though, either.
If they keep DNQing, maybe.
Well, I mean, but the problem is if they start to DNQing fall back to him, I think most likely would find somewhere. Steve Pollard going to take a peek on Chris Wilson into turn number 1, as did Mary Shelley on Chris Louvier.
Yep, as he's up in that...
He's in that line that you don't want to be in there off turn 2. Steve Pollard couldn't take advantage of it. Same for Matt Duncan. Could not take advantage of the 22 being up out of the groove.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot to be in.
As William Duncan now has reeled in the 99. The battle for 4th is on now here at Darlington.
Yeah, Duncan's got a fast car in the long run here.
And Gene Sanford is starting to close in on the 7.
So yeah, Gene might have a... Well,
or sorry, on the 40. I said the 7. Starting to close on the 40. And just as the 31 actually was starting to close on the 99, lost a little bit of ground. Now falls back into the clutches of the 08 car.
Yeah, here they come. Yeah, Mary Shelley does not have a win this year. And if Mary wins, we could have a 16-winner grid.
Could. Looking back in the pack right now, field kind of spreading out a little bit. Brian Hart closing in on the 87. This would be a battle for the 21st spot.
No offense to Brian, he's the most forgettable driver in the series this year.
One of.
Well, he is. No, I don't think anybody remembers besides the driver himself.
William Brock apparently has gone a lap back in all this. He was 2 laps down at one point. Mark George now going to take the fight to Marcus Ambrose. That is for 17th.
Yeah, the 9 is falling off some super races from last year.
Although, to be fair, there hasn't been many seasons where that car's been good.
Well, they were really good last year. They were pretty decent in the season.
They weren't good in the chase last year. That's the problem.
Their best finish was 14th a few weeks ago, actually. That was Pig Stadium, and they haven't done anything since. So,
as Ambrose now back in the 21st spot, as Pretty Shaw is now closed up to the back bumper of the 55 car.
Yeah, she finished 5th last weekend in the car, so not bad for them. Henry had this big lead at one of the tracks. I think it was Ontario. Then that caution came out. He jumped the restart and got screwed. So it's not over yet.
No, Ontario, he ended up benefiting from people that had, and then it was revealed that he didn't actually advance a spot before the line.
So interesting stat about Henry. He has 5 wins, I believe. Am I right?
Go ahead and double check that. Oh, trouble! 83 in the wall.
He ain't even in the wall. He blew a tire or something.
Well, there's contact there with, it looked like the 88 car. We stayed green, but a lot of damage done to the 83 as he's back to outside the top 30.
Yeah, nice job, now. Thank you, NASCAR, for screwing my race.
Okay.
So
Sam Young's back here. There's Henry.
He won Season 1 Rockingham, Season 2 Dover, Affinia, and then Thornton. He's only won 1 race in Season 2, so it's been a woeful stretch for Henry since then.
And you can see the tires, the effect of the tires wearing right now, because they are now down to a 31-second lap time here.
That's part why Paulo got the wall there. His day is done. Steve's up to 8th right there.
As Duncan now closing back in on the 99, maybe.
You gotta see the tire saving. Well, Seth's not in this race. They say always he's the best tire saver ever.
As Duncan to the back bumper of the 99. Can he make a move on the Claritin Ford? Yes, he can. Into turn number 3. Can he hold it there? No.
What's better, Prilosec or Claritin?
Apparently Claritin right now.
Good answer. How about 43 and 82 battling? That's pretty ironic because that's 2 people below 58th in order points.
Yeah. As Duncan now makes the move into turn number 1. That move's going to stick for him as Mary Shelley also going to take advantage and send Will Hoyt towards the back of this pack.
Yep, and here comes Steve and Chris. If Louvier wins, that's going to be big for that 43 team.
Well, right now he'd have to get up there, and it's a 9-second gap up to the race lead now.
Easy, yeah.
As it is almost a 4-second lead for the 7 and another 2 seconds back to the 47 in third as Will Hoyt gets the run on the outside line. Will clear back once again for 6th.
Yeah, Allie had a third going at Iowa last year, or second or something like that. She ran out of gas in the last lap, so haven't really remembered anything else she's done since.
As this pack of 4 battling it out for the 6th position, so this is 6th through 9th right now. Steve Pollard looked to the outside of the 43. Not quite sure why he would have done that one, but also then lost the nose off of the exit, so...
Yeah, Steve Pollard is a 6-time winner, 2 wins in Season 1 and 4 in Season 5, so try to get the first dub of this season.
As Chris Louvier to the back bumper of the 99 through 1 and 2.
Chris Louvier is a 4-time winner. He won at Portland Season 3, Season 4 Bristol Spring, Season 4 Pocono and Indy, so try to get a win at Darlington. It's kind of like a unique track like Pocono and Indy is.
As Will Hoyt now starting to close back in on the 08.
It is up to 4 seconds on the woeful. Henry's got on the woeful Allie Nelson here.
And it's another 2.5 seconds back to the 47. Then in third, the 31 is almost 9 seconds back.
That is insane.
And it is almost 10 seconds back to this battle for the 5th spot.
Yeah, Mary's been very consistent this year with Anderson running in there. She's going to even just gain more in her points lead here.
And you can see the drivers actually having to look for a line. They're looking to the outside. They've seen that these guys who are on that outside line, as long as they don't hit the wall, that's actually the spot to be. But the trick is you have to not hit the wall on that outside line.
That's very true. Will Hoyt won Daytona and Charlotte last year. Came close at Indy the last 2 years. Finished second in this race. Trying to finally get the win here.
Right now also having to fend off from the 43 as he tries to look for a way around the EM Motorsports number 08 car of Mary Shelley.
Yeah, his other wins came at Homestead and Sonoma. He beat Allie Nelson at that Sonoma race, fun fact.
As Henry Sanford is starting to catch some lap traffic.
And
this
Bill Brad
could
Jr.
be what decides this race. As we saw in the duels, lap traffic can be a detriment to the race leader.
Yeah, Allie is nowhere close to make. Allie's not even the top. Where is Allie at points?
44th, I think is what that is.
Well, if she can win all the Ganassi cars, but I think doesn't Ganassi turn to Earnhardt Ganassi next year? Or is that 2010?
I think so. There was pit stops because now the 31's in second.
Yeah, Gene.
Mary Shelley losing ground off and through 1 and 2 as she was put up to the outside line by the 99. And so now Henry Sanford's going to pit this time around.
Now they're going to have to see, do we stay green?
William Duncan pits. Will Hoyt will stay out another lap. Same for Louvier.
Yeah, they're going to try to catch a caution here because you lose about 2 laps in the green here, so.
You see, there's the 7 on pit lane. So Tristan Wilhoit now with 5 bonus points for a lap led. As you see, Gene Sanford also on pit lane.
Yeah, it's better to fix damage on the green than under caution because you don't lose as much time.
I think you reverse that. You lose more time under green.
Well, it doesn't hurt as bad because you're just if you have a 5.
As Wilhoit, Louvier will pit this time around. As will Chris Wilson, Jack James, Zachary Fitzwater on pit or will come to pit lane. Mark George. Marcus Ambrose, Pretty Shaw had stayed out. Adam McDowell is on pit lane this time around.
Well, the caution came out on lap 18, so that's about, 33 laps?
It sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, so they cannot make it to the end of this race.
Well, we'll see what happens as the 43 comes across the line as the race leader. We'll see where Henry Sanford comes out of all this. He had a nearly 4-second lead before the pit stop started.
Yeah, Louvier got the 5 bonus points. Now he needs 92 points to pass the Wolf of Austin Plant here.
As we'll wait for it to cycle around, and then we will go through the field.
Yeah, Henry's still listed 7th.
There's Dixon coming out pit lane. So he's going to go a lap down through this. So that's exactly what Henry would have needed. I think Henry is the race leader. Let's see what happens here. He was 25 seconds back when they crossed the line the last time. And there you go.
Yeah, but how big is his lead now? That's the real question.
4.1 over the 34 car.
I think the 34 was on pits, wasn't it?
I think 34 is off cycle, so.
I see Turner up to 9th after all this.
Thanks. Yeah. So Henry Sanford now still race leader. Second now is Sam Young for the time being. Third is Ali Nelson. Fourth is Gene Sanford. Zorline has lost a lap through this pit stop cycle, so there are 32 lead lap cars right now. Duncan is 5th. Steve Pollard's 6th. Tristan Wilhoit's 7th. Mary Shelley 8th. Jesse Turner's 9th. Anderson is 10th. Jeffrey White 11th. Louvier's in 12th. Chris Wilson, Jack James, William Flickinger, Mark George, Bill Bragg Jr., Amy Shelley, Brian Hart, Fitzwater. Henry Williams is now 21st. Oh, Brock lost a lot of ground, actually, is what happened. As Henry Williams trying to overtake Fitzwater, who's caught in lap traffic here. I think what it is, they're caught behind the 17, yeah, because 17's off cycle. Isaac Flickinger, Keiderman, there's Pretty Shaw.
Yeah, he's 12 bound, 26.
And Brock now to pit lane there.
This is an interesting balance.
There's Henry, okay, I missed him.
Well, we saw the 34 pit early that last cycle.
As Gene Sanford now takes advantage, gets up to second now, taking advantage of the 34's older tires. And Ali Nelson come behind us. The caution is out.
Oh, big
a
wreck.
big wreck in turn 3. Ambrose, McDowell, Matt Duncan.
That's the big one.
Pretty Shaw's in it.
Well, that is not
Fitzwater.
Aww.
And Braddock on pit lane at the time of the caution. So with that, the caution flag flies yet again. And let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to bring out the caution for the second time tonight. Taking a look at what happened, a battle for position between the 01 and 29, and Pretty Shaw just gave absolutely no room to
Oh
Fitzwater.
my God, Keiderman. Wow.
Oh, I think Keiderman's in it. I think he got a piece of it. Matt Duncan nowhere to go either. McDowell then also nowhere to go. James Qualls. Ambrose gets... A lot of people just nowhere to go. Oh,
God.
Henry Sanford, the race leader, nearly got in it.
He's going to need a new pair of Avelines right there.
Okay. And so with that, let's go ahead and take you to pit stops or back to the restart or even some onboards. Who knows? And we would see some pit stops underneath the caution here as Henry Sanford leads the field down on the pit lane. That is actually Ambrose that stays out. Nelson did pit. Ambrose is actually a lap down. There were 24 cars on the lead lap according to timing and scoring.
I don't know if anybody on the lead lap stayed. Duncan was a lap down. That's a no for Duncan.
Oh yeah, Duncan's second. He did stay out.
Again, we still remember.
And trouble for the 20.
Yeah, he blew up. But remember,
fuel only on the 7.
That's strategy right there.
And Fitzwater coming into his pit as well as the same time as the 7 was leaving. So some alternate pit strategy as quite a few cars actually do stay out, and issues for William Brock. Field getting ready to get the green flag here on will be lap 65. Drivers out of the race after that last incident. Pretty Shaw, James Qualls, Matt Duncan, and Adam McDowell. The top 9 did not pit. Marcus Ambrose is on the tail end of the lead lap in 25th, as is Jonathan Zorline now. William Duncan is the race leader over Steve Pollard, Chris Louvier, Chris Wilson, Jack James, Amy Shelley, Isaac Flickinger, Brian Hart, and Adam Flickinger. Henry Sanford, first off pit lane, is in 10th, but only took fuel. Gene Sanford is in 11th, Ali Nelson, Mary Shelley, Mark George, Henry Williams, Ethan Keiderman, Alger Baranowskis, Jesse Turner, JT Bryant, Max Anderson, Jeffrey White, Sam Young, Tristan Wilhoit, and William Flickinger, the lead lap cars. Apparently 24 did not get a last lap scored. I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting restart with still making it hard to pass right there.
As pace car is off, leaving the field under control actually of the number 9, because he'll be the first one to get to the restart zone here.
Yeah, I don't see this going well.
And we are green once again.
The 9 was in the last wreck, so hopefully it's not too detrimentally slow.
Well, we also have the 70 on the inside line, so.
That's true.
As Steve Pollard looks like he's going to be the biggest beneficiary right now of this restart.
Whoa, don't turn him, Steve.
Trying to look for a way around inside of him as they go down the back straightaway.
Back-to-back Southern 500 will look nice in the trophy case.
And he'll clear him off into turn number 3. Battle in front of him between the 17 and the 88.
Yeah, this is where the intensity is going to start picking up a little bit here. We got about, 26 to go?
27. As back here is where we see the other lead lap cars. Amy Shelley is behind him. Isaac Flickinger, Brian Hart. Jack James now is going to be up into 6th. Chris Louvier right now, the one holding him up back here. Chris Wilson's there. Gene Sanford has actually gone around the 7.
Yeah, 7 cars falling back behind it. It's just they didn't take any tires. It just took fuel, so the car's going to still handle the same.
Although, I mean, to be fair, he had all these drivers had fairly fresh tires, but, I mean, it is Darlington's. As right now, the log jam is actually the 20 of William Brock. As I say that, though, he's catching Chris Louvier up. As Marcus
17.
Ambrose on pit lane. That actually kind of helps free some clean air for Steve Pollard. William Duncan in 2nd, and then you have a bunch of the lap down cars there as Amy Shelley starts to close in on the 50. Stephen Pollard 3rd, looking for a way around the 70 in front of him. That is a battle for the 27th position.
Yeah, the old 83 hasn't done too well today.
No. Started out back because of the driver change after qualifying, so just never really got into the swing of things. As possibly a battle for 3rd now on the racetrack. And Duncan is nowhere close right now. Although, as I say that, Flickinger, caution is out.
Oh, man, who was this?
Oh, Henry Williams, Sam Young. Looks like Baranowskis maybe. Damage to the 99.
And of course, it's on lap 69, which is nice.
Damage to the rear end of the 42, possibly.
Oh, man, that's a tough break. The 99, I think I know.
And a great break for Bill Bragg Jr. and Jonathan Zorline, who now find themselves back on the lead lap. And Steve Pollard going to take advantage in pit. We'll bring you back for that after we take a look at what happened between the 18 and the 16, or what whoever else was over there, 34.
Wow.
And we're back taking a look at what happened. Henry Sanford made a move to the inside of the 12, but then the 18 gets absolutely run over by the 11.
Denny Hamlin cost me this race. I'm going to go wait, wrong race.
As JT Bryant was caught up in it. Oh, Sam Young, Wilhoit, nowhere to go.
Man.
And the 11 then flips over the 18 to finish off the job on his teammate.
I didn't know we were filming for the Indiana Jones movie.
Apparently we were. Jeffrey White actually missed it, and I thought he was in it. My bad.
Yeah, that was an interesting wreck. But we got about 20 laps to go in the Southern 500 with some pit stops, I think. So.
Yeah, so we'll take you to see what happened with the pit stops, and then we'll bring you back for the restart. And as we saw before, Steve Pollard leads the field down onto the pit lane. We'll see if anyone decides to stay out this time. I think that's Gene Sanford staying out in the 47.
Rip race.
As it will be Steve Pollard who leads at the line.
Yeah, nice number too.
Yes, he does lead lap 69. Yes.
Shout out to Kev Shear.
As indeed, Gene Sanford stays out underneath this caution, as there are tires going on the 82 car, as well as the 78.
We're idiots. We need tires.
Fuel only on the 43, it looks like.
2 tires on the 82, though.
Yeah, only 2 tires. Fuel only on the 22 as well. He wins the race off pit lane. And we'll go back to the restart. Ready to go back racing. In fact, actually, Brian Hart is the race leader.
What?
Apparently. So he also stayed out. I didn't even realize he was on the lead lap. Jack James is second. Gene Sanford third. Allie Nelson fourth. Mary Shelley is fifth. Adam Flickinger, Henry Sanford, Jesse Turner, William Flickinger, and Ethan Keidemann is the top 10. Chris Wilson, the first car off pit lane, now runs in 15th. And out of the race after the last incident, Sam Young and Henry Williams.
Ethan Keidemann with 10th. Man, wouldn't that be something? The best replacement driver finishes 4th, so.
Yeah.
And then the other stat that we found out we won't even be able to mention until next year.
I don't know what that stat is.
The best finish. The best
yeah.
non-Daytona debut finish.
Yeah, we'll see that.
As the green flag is back out, be careful where you pass to, Jack.
Yeah, Jack James' best career finish is second.
Interesting thing here, actually, none of the lead lap cars are hindered by a lap car.
Yeah, his 50's going to be hindering the field in 2 seconds.
Although, actually, Jackie Tang going to the outside of William Brock, that worked.
Well, I don't know how that worked. Jack James
Brock is that far off the pace, apparently.
Well, Jack can still make the chase, I think.
Who?
Jack James.
Yeah. In fact, actually, he's... caution!
Oh, God.
Big wreck back here.
God.
Amy Shelley's gotten caught on the apron. And this is slowly deteriorating.
Well, Brian Hart is leading, so you know what? Let's celebrate that.
As we'll go ahead and take a look at what happened. Taking a look at what happened, and it's basically the same story all over again. This time, Amy Shelley is going to get run over from behind. Actually, they wrecked up in front of them as well. But Amy Shelley gets run over from behind by the 2. Mark George gets in it. Chris Louvier as well. Zorline gets a piece. Will Hoyt runs into the 2.
Some people get their lap back. But you know what? Grex might be happening, but Brian Hart is celebrating. MWR actually doing something.
And then... Oh, whoops.
Well, that's way back. But
yeah, I didn't mean to run it that far back.
Brian was a lap down, too.
Bill Bragg Jr. actually is going to get run over here from behind by Bill Bragg Jr.
Oh,
and
Jeffrey
an
White
amazing save, actually.
Yeah, well, White saved him.
Jeffrey White ended up having to pit, so we'll have to file that one away as well. We'll take you back to the restart. Sorry. Oh.
Still recording.
Oh, damn it. Third straight caution where the leader will bring his car down to pit lane. Jack James is going to follow as well. But this time, Gene Sanford will stay out yet again, so she will inherit the race lead.
Yeah, you know, we had a good run early, but then just the drivers going too hard for that Southern 500, I guess. They're going to have to go to the big red truck.
Well, obviously, they're not going to go to the big red truck for what's going on, but because it's not like it's been the same person doing it over and over again.
I'm surprised the leader is pitting here. They got enough fuel. I guess they think in that chain in the back they're going to make up to the front again.
I don't know. If you're pitting here, they're definitely not going to be doing it if they're just taking fuel only. So
yeah, our leader is going to be Gene, and I think Allie Nelson is second.
That is indeed the case. So with that, though, we'll go back to the restart. Let's try this again. No drivers out of the race after that last incident, at least.
Yeah.
Gene Sanford now will lead, but has William Brock to her inside. Allie Nelson will restart second with Ambrose to her inside. Mary Shelley is third. So we have women 1, 2, 3. Then Adam Flickinger, Henry Sanford, Jesse Turner, William Flickinger, Ethan Keidemann, JT Bryant, and Max Anderson, the top 10. Bill Bragg Jr., Chris Wilson, Steve Pollard, William Duncan, Alger Baranowskis, Isaac Flickinger, Tristan Wilhoit, Matt Dixon, Stephen Pollard III, Jackie Tang, top 20. Jeffrey White, Jack James, Brian Hart, Chris Louvier, Zachary Fitzwater, Mark George, and Jonathan Zorline on the lead lap, the top 27.
I mean, you know what? The drivers are running aggressively. We got 15 laps to go. I can't blame them. Allie Nelson's going to be going like hell to get this win. I'm telling you that much.
Well, I can understand her because she's still going for that first career win.
They're a little skewed on the restart. I don't know what that's about.
Huh?
They're a little sideways. I think Allie's a little
I
sideways.
think that's just the track angle.
Yeah, that looks like it to me. 3 lap cars, 4 females right there. Let's see what happens.
And one of them that is severely off the pace as we are back to green for Darlington.
Yeah, so we look at here. The 12 definitely need to win. They're outside the chain. No, are they in the?
Well,
no, they're
Gene's
outside.
going to clear. So will the 40 by turn 2.
Yeah,
The third place car is where they don't clear. Henry Sanford's going to take advantage of this. Goes to the inside of Adam Flickinger for 4th.
I don't like our chances into turn 3 with this. And they're side by side back there. As
Side by side. Do they make it through turn 3 this time?
They're about to be 3 damn wide back there.
Well, they made it this time. So we
Made
get
it
a
lap.
green flag lap as the top 2 are gone.
Gone is an understatement.
Henry
They
Sanford
are
to 3rd. Will now clear Brock. Jesse Turner
everybody-
to 4th. William Flickinger's up into 5th.
How about, and I think Kiderman, oh, you dumbass in the 20.
As Kiderman now trying to battle with Mary Shelley
Well, I'm going to
and having to deal with William Brock.
I guess I should have gone to the 84 car.
Just stuck with it.
Yeah, I think I should have at this rate.
As Allie Nelson going to try and chase down the 47 for her first career win.
Oh, man, Allie Nelson's going to drive the wheels off that 40 car. The 40 car is gone after this year, so they're gone and going for it.
Well, I mean, it basically becomes like the 42 or something. I don't know.
Well, the 42
As
car, yeah.
Nelson still has her
Wow.
sights set on that 47. If there's no caution, it's going to be decided between the women.
Well, it's going to be like Dale Jr.
Jean
the
looking
20
for win number 3. Nelson looking for win number 1.
96th career start, tying Tom Shelley's record. How about that? Tying Tom's record.
Well, she ties Tom's number for starts. Tom Shelley's never did win yet, or at least
Yeah.
hasn't won yet. We'll see if he comes back at any point to try and extend that.
Yeah, we might.
Henry Sanford, though, is 3rd. Jesse Turner, 4th. William Flickinger, 5th.
Trying to get another
And
good
right now,
win.
6th
Oh,
on
God.
back is stuck behind the 20. Where have I seen this before?
What is this, the duels again?
As you
so-
see the rest of the field back here, trying to sort their way around it.
Yeah, Gene
4/10 of a second right now for Gene Sanford with 11 laps to go in the Southern 500.
Yeah, Gene is driving the wheels off that car. And Gene Sanford, the Indy winner, won Irwindale last year, trying to
Well,
get another
former
and
Indy 500 winner, not this year.
Gene is 20-something in the points.
Yes.
I think this is the only winner Charles wouldn't mind knocking out one of the points contenders.
As Nelson loses another 10th.
Yeah, Nelson, my man. Allie Nelson, this is a shot in the arm she needs. If she
Not
doesn't
over
win.
yet, though, especially if these drivers cannot find a way around the 20. As
Pollard's
they're
an
starting to
18.
kind of sort their way around some of the other cars.
How the hell did that 83 get back in the good lap? That's my question.
As Duncan hits
Oh,
the
God.
83 into the wall.
Bastard. Oh, 43 off the pace.
Well, 43 had to take evasive measures to the apron, but the
think he did.
83 got sent into the safer barrier wall into turn 3.
Yeah, I felt that from my chair.
Will Hoyt losing ground on the outside line.
I can't believe we're still green.
And
Oh,
now
God,
they finally have ditched the 20.
Yeah, but that cost him. Braddock was a lap
Braddock
down,
up into
for God's
6th. Steve Pollard 7th. Isaac Flickinger is 8th with that beat up car.
sake. That
Max
shows you how
Anderson 9th. Mary Shelley is now into 10th.
Ironman-
Kiderman lost a lot of ground back to 11th.
That's going to help him in the top 30 chases. Wow.
As
I
it
win-
is now. Nelson had to pit.
Well.
It is now a 3-second lead for Gene Sanford.
Oh, man. I feel the shot in the heart right there for Allie Nelson. Holy crap.
As battle for 28th between Amy Shelley, Marcus Ambrose on the racetrack.
How about this? Look at the top 2.
And it's fuel, I guess. No. Oh, mechanical
Oh.
issues for the 40.
Oh my God. Well, it's a Sanford 1-2, so that's great.
No, it's not. Jesse Turner up to second.
Where the hell did Jesse Turner come from? Jesse Turner, the California winners in second.
Henry Sanford back to third. This is now promoted this to the battle for fifth between Bill Bragg Jr., Steve Pollard, and Isaac Flickinger.
I had a green white check in the last 3 weeks, so I'm hoping I go to bed this time.
Looks like Nelson might have. Yep, Nelson back on track, but 29th, currently scored 1 lap down.
Oh man, that is the heartbreak of the year.
Actually, that's still being updated. She is now the last car running in 30th, 1 lap down.
Yeah, William Flickinger, he's in his best career finish. He got his best career finish last week, getting it again if he can stay there.
Would it match it, or is it? Oh yeah, he finished 5th last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jesse Turner, he might get there if
well, I mean, there are 5 laps to go as Amy Shelley took a peek on the 9, couldn't quite make it work. Jesse Turner 31.2 to Gene Sanford's 31.5. That's not big enough of a gap to close.
Well, Gene is going to be the 13th winner in the grid if she can get it?
That sounds about right.
Let me check.
Looking for her 3rd career win here, if it can happen at Darlington. She's not repeated on any track, but it would be her 2nd crown jewel win as well, as she is a handful of laps away from it.
Well, you know what? The funny part is, if with her win, she would put Henry on the bubble. So, family
31.1 to a 31.6 that time around.
It's 2 seconds. It was 3.
So the gap down to 2.4 now for Turner.
Yeah,
but will he catch the lap cars? And are the lap cars are even catching Gene Sanford right now.
Oh man, this could get good. Jesse Turner having 2 wins, man. That'd
4
be crazy.
laps to go for Gene Sanford, 31.7 to Jesse's 31.5 that time, so not as big of a gap closed.
Do we stay green? That's the better question.
Don't jinx this. 3 laps to go. Actually, I should say. I said 4. It's 3 laps to go now at Darlington.
Yeah, wait, where's Brock? Are they going to catch 20?
As someone's on pit lane. The 12 had to pit for fuel. 87's on pit lane.
Yeah, cars can't make it on gas.
2 laps to go for Gene Sanford.
Is Gene saving gas?
31.75.
Henry
is second. Jesse Turner had to pit.
Oh, people might not make it on fuel. Steve Pollard's 4th.
Jesse Turner had to pit. Cut 2 to go.
Does Gene have enough?
Gene does not have enough to make it.
No.
Henry Sanford will now inherit the lead.
Oh man, Gene's at the bridge right now. And who's gonna come through? Who has enough fuel? That's the question. Who's second?
Henry Sanford will see the white flag as the race leader.
Who's second? Oh, did William have enough fuel? No, yes, he did. Yes, he does. Steve Pollard 3rd.
William Flickinger's now up to 2nd. Steve Pollard 3rd. Braddock in 4th as they battled back there. Does Henry Sanford have enough to make it?
Yeah, he's got enough. No, he doesn't. He's pitting.
No. Yes. He's gonna stretch it. Off turn number 4. A heartbreak for Gene Sanford will be beneficial for Henry. Henry Sanford wins the Southern 500.
Oh, William Flickinger, best career finish.
William Flickinger comes home 2nd. Steve Pollard, his best run of the year, in 3rd. Braddock 4th. Isaac Flickinger in that car ends up 5th.
Mary Shelley 6th.
Mary Shelley, top 10. Mary Shelley, Chris Wilson. Amy Shelley had to pit again, I guess. I don't know. As Gene Sanford going to try and finish this race out on the lead lap, hopefully.
That's a heartbreak. But that's our 13th winner in the chase grid now. And that's big,
actually. And it's not going to be one that actually affects the chase grid either. Rest of the top 10, Mary Shelley, Chris Wilson, Ethan Keiderman, William Duncan, and Tristan Wilhoit.
Man, that's a heartbreak. How about Pollard coming back from 12th and that? He sent it into the fence 2 times.
Oh, yeah, 83 had several issues during the course of the day. Steven, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, Gene Sanford, that is such a heartbreak. With that gives Henry...
That's like so typical of her career.
Yeah, that will knock Mary to 14th on the grid. William Flickinger, back-to-back best career finishes. Can he get that dub next week at Michigan? Well, Zach's a low one, so anything's possible. Steve Pollard, first and third. He's going to look forward to next year's Southern 500 for sure. Isaac Flickinger coming back from blowing up on lap 0 of the duel. Mary with her first top 10 in the Southern 500. Good job, Mary. Chris Wilson, good run. That will help him stay about 15th on the chase grid. Keidemann, a lot of complaints about Keidemann, but he finished 8th this week.
It's only his third top 10 of the year and only his fourth top 15.
Yeah, but I should have run in the 84 car. Tristan Wilhoit got 10th. That's a great run with how much damage he had. Louvier 13th. Then we look at the bottom a little bit right here. Cole Deaver.
Obviously, a lot of those drivers unable to see the finish of today's race.
I'm pretty sure that might be the first time the number won the Southern won a race the previous year, and then the following year finished dead last. Gene Sanford 22nd. So next weekend we're going to Michigan. It's going to be an interesting race. It's a caution-free race at Michigan last year. The 49.
Where we're going, we ain't going caution-free this year.
Probably not. The 49, yeah, seriously. The 49 car won last year, so they have good odds there. So coming in, White was 44 points ahead of George.
That gap is going to increase, and obviously we're not going to see much differential around that chase bubble as Henry Sanford was already in the chase picture coming in. So
all is left in the chase is Mary Shelley, Chris Wilson, and White. If we get 2 more winners, we have a full field because Mary Shelley can't get knocked out because she's the points leader.
As with that said, congrats to Henry Sanford on the Southern 500 win. I believe career win number 6?
5.
Career win. I mean, that's still a prestigious club. There's not many people that actually have the 5 wins yet.
So since he won season 5, he's not going to win until season 9 now.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true because now this was his first win since Thornton last year, so...
I think this is his second Speedway because he won at Rockingham, Dover, Effingham, and Thornton. Actually, his third Speedway win.
Speedway, then.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, all of them unique, I guess, in a way, because Dover's the 1 mile track. Rockingham is unique to nothing else. And Darlington has no comparison out there either.
One last set. The 7th first win since Storyline won at 3 unit last year, so good job for Robbie Gordon. And their third win because Henry Williams won it.
In 77, yeah.
Yeah, so, and they won the All-Star race, so there you go.
So either way, congrats to Henry Sanford on the win. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a dislike if you didn't for whatever reason.
Gene will.
Wow. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below if you weren't watching with us. It shows me that you guys were watching, and kind of helps also inspire me to actually get these out even sooner as well. So, but I just love doing it anyway, regardless. For Stephen Powell III, I'm Gordon Fantuna, and 1. You've been watching production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for not wrecking. I go to bed.